Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and this morning I'm here doing live readings. I'm on the West Coast in Canada, and it really feels like we are in the change of season. I feel like I'm ready for that, actually, which is something I'm a little bit reluctant to give up, is the summer. It is my month of most comfort, let's say that. Feeling a little bit inspired by the animals this morning, and so I'm going to pull an animal card for you before we get to the readings. So welcome, Nav, and Manishka, Leafy, Apurva, Anna. Hello, it's great to have you here. And so if you do have a question, please post your question in the chat, and I'll do my best to get to all of your questions. I'll be on for just over an hour, and usually I do about anywhere between 10 and 12, 13 readings. So yeah, we had a reading last week. I asked that you wait until a couple of weeks before you post a question so that I can get to somebody else. It's nice to chat with new people and to, spread the love around, so to speak. This is the fauna deck from Rebecca, and now I know how she says her name, Lafebe, who I interviewed on Sunday. So a couple of days ago, I started a new series on my channel called Creator Stories, and I'm going to be interviewing various deck creators and artists. And the next one that is coming up is Akal Pritam, who is the creator of little tiny oracle deck Let Go, which I've shown a couple of times on my channel. Absolutely beautiful. And the Self-Love Oracle, and the book, which I've also shown. So Akal is coming up next. If you have any favorite deck creators you'd like to see on my channel, please put that in the comments below, because I so enjoyed the first one of these. Hello, RD Intuitive Tarot. Thanks for joining us this morning. So this morning on my walk with my daughters, we saw a beautiful owl, and the energy of the owl, for me, the message was very heart high chakra, and it felt very protective and like a guardian kind of energy, and just all about love. And then later on towards the end of the walk, a bear crossed our path and was very calm and just on its way, as they are this time of year, trying to get to, fill up their bellies before they go into hibernation. So this message is for you, for all of you. So I encourage you to take a breath in and a breath out. And if you need some nourishment from the animals or some inspiration from the animals, this message is for you. Ooh, otter. So I will show you the artwork, and then I'll read from the back of the card. The element is water, so I will try to incorporate this into the readings today. And I can't read it that far away. Otter is, the keyword is pleasure. Energetic and playful in every way, otter celebrates life. Otter celebrates life. So that might be something you want to write on the top of your journal this morning. His cheerful spirit reminds us to make merry even when the journey is taxing. He encourages us to find some measure of joy in everything we do. Intelligent and curious, Otter is a master of the positive outlook. Armed with an optimistic point of view, he is unable to approach challenges with desperation. I think that's a really important sentence. He is unable to approach challenges with desperation. So there is a sense of a purpose and journey and appreciation of the journey, not that scrambling, desperate energy that often goes when we are faced with, just leave the glasses on, with challenging things. He teaches us lessons of pleasure and simplicity and prompts us to manifest our own happiness. So that is for all of you this morning. So let's see how that is going to tie in with some of your questions and some of the other energy that comes up. I think I'm going to go to Druidcraft to start with. And I know Nav was here earlier. I don't know if Nav is still here. Can you let me know? Can you let me know, Nav, please, if you are still here? And then Manishka. So Manishka, are you still here? So those of you that sign on and put your questions on early, I really appreciate it if you just say hello again, because some of you were on half an hour before. You posted your questions half an hour before I came on. One of the things that I like to remind you of, and this is for everyone, when it is your turn for a question, is that you be present for the reading. And so that I ask you to sit down. Manishka, so I'll do you first, and then I'll get to Nav once Nav says Nav's here. Take a breath. If you can sit down, stop what you're doing, and just focus, then that helps us. Helps me a lot. So Manishka was asking about a job. All right, so some information about the job. And I encourage you to keep in mind, all of you, the message, right? So of the otter, when things become taxing, find the beauty, find the joy, find the pleasure in the challenges, because within every challenge, there is some magical piece of gold. I need to clean these cards. Wow, this is very synchronistic. The Three of Cups is here, which matches or mirrors beautifully with the otter. I'll put the cards here. Let's see. You can see them if I put them. Sorry, I'm just looking in the camera to see where you can see the cards. There, you can see them there, sort of. Six of Wands. So this is very, very positive energy. And it feels like what is most important is that you put your energy into the search of the job. What I mean by that is it needs to be catered to what you need. And don't ever forget that the more that, what do I want to say? So sometimes we step back and we think that it's out of our control. It's beyond our control. Whatever comes up, whatever comes in our way will be what's supposed to happen. But I really find that sometimes we have to be more active in the search and in the planning. And the reason I'm really focusing on this is if you look at the Temperance card in the Druidcraft Tarot, this young girl is choosing what she puts in the cauldron, in the pot. So for you, it's really important to plan how you want this job to look. And so you might like to get a piece of paper and to draw your workspace, to imagine what it would feel like, what would it sound like, how far would you have to go to get there, to really bring it into being and to put everything into it. What colors would be in your workplace? What would the people be like? Would there be people? How many people would there be? How old would they be? Would they all be speaking the same language? Really build up whatever this is that you want your job to look like. It feels like it's within your control to create just what you want to create. You said, may I please know how will be my first job? Your first job will be exactly what you envision it to be. And it feels like there will definitely be others around to help celebrate that, and it feels like it's right there, like you're right at the edge, pulling the Three of Cups and the Six of Wands. So these are your three cards, would indicate that it is going to be, it's going to be what you have worked towards. So it won't be a surprise. And so that makes perfect sense with what I was saying with the Temperance card and you putting what you need into the pot. You've already put some things into the pot. You've put some education into the pot. You've put some human experiences into the pot. So it's not going to be a surprise, right? So just kind of take all of those things, and that exercise that I encourage you to do might be really fun. Okay. So I hope that helps you in some way. Thank you. Okay. And then I was just looking to see if Nav was still here. So I haven't heard from Nav. Let me scroll down. Oh, yes, Nav is here. Good. Okay, so I'll get to Nav. And the last 2 weeks of September for Nav. So I don't think I've shared this on my channel. For those of you that have decks, this is a deck that I didn't get, you know, when it came out. It's not a deck that really appealed to me. This is the I was going to say the Sacred Creators. I can't even think what this is called. I have a brain freeze right now. For those of you that know this deck, the artist is a local artist that lives near me. It's very feminine. There's the owl that I saw this morning. So with these decks, the rock pool decks and so forth, and the larger ones, sometimes the paper is too thick to trim, but this one was perfect. And I'm absolutely love the energy of this deck. So yeah. And I edged it in blue, but I could use more. So I'm going to pull a card for you, Nav, from this beautiful deck, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to go with it. I'm just looking at your beautiful face in your what's it called? Profile picture. When you are planning, so this is not just for Nav, this is for everyone. So check in with the lunar cycle. So this next couple of days, we're just coming towards, the end of a cycle. And not only with the new moon, but the shift in season, there's going to be opportunities to really step forth and to plan new things. So it feels like this couple of days right around now is not a time for a big surge. Spirals of manifestation. Wow, that's a beautiful card. Spirals of manifestation. One of the things I think of when I see the spiral, I can tuck the banner away too, so you can so you can see the cards, is that it's important to remember that time, as we know it, is a human construct. And time is not linear. Time, I believe, is like a spiral. It is, it's like a web. And we can choose to be on any part of the web at any time. And the spirals are, and all of this sacred geometry, is, it's just a beautiful reminder that in the air, the ether, the consciousness around us, God is always there. The magic is always there. And so to really, if you're in a period of time right now where things feel very real and three-dimensional, to give yourself a little bit of sacred space, even if it's 2 minutes during the day, just to check in with that, because it's so important to your sanity, right? To the balance of your nervous system and your well-being. Okay, so this is for Nav the next 2 weeks in relation to the otter and the spirals of manifestation. Ooh, Tower. Cernunnos. 3 major cards, love. So things are mixing up. Spirals of manifestation in relationship to the Tower and Cernunnos and the Moon. These are heavy cards, really heavy cards. And one of the things when we kind of get hit with a baseball bat, we kind of get hit with something, or we feel like the carpet is being pulled out from underneath our feet, is to pause, like I was just saying a few seconds ago, and to place your hands on the earth, sit down, breathe, and ask yourself, what needs to be released? What needs to be released? Because the eruption that occurs in the Tower, I don't know if you've seen Nav, the Tower card from the Philarkos, which is right here. I still haven't put this deck away. It's just, I feel like it's going to take me a long time to be super connected. So now I want you to really look at the energy here, what I'm talking about. So the Tower isn't necessarily something negative. It is a highly impactful shift. It's like a Kundalini awakening. And as a result of that, if you are prepared, so if your body is strong, if your mind is strong, if your nervous system is strong, it'll feel amazing. But if this is a challenging time for you and you're not feeling super strong, these Tower moments can be really, really challenging. And so I see this Tower, this release of energy, the movement of energy. It can come through everything, through something spiritual like a Kundalini awakening, to anger and anything that you associate with eruption and things falling apart. It can also be quite tangible, where we break something or we lose something, but usually there's like a force involved. And then sitting next to Cernunnos really wants me to ask you about your relationship, and are you being entirely open? Are you being entirely because in this deck, and I want to tie this into the oracle cards as well too. There's this real sense of balance between allowing the excitement and the joy and the pleasure, and we can also look at the Tower card as orgasm, right? As the orgasm of life. So it can be like a major eruption. And this Cernunnos card in this particular deck reminds us to live life to the fullest, to enjoy life, to embrace it, and to not hold back. We want to make sure that it is, though, it's peaceful and harmonious and it resonates with us. So we don't want to go too far, but we want to live. And isn't that what that first card said today? That otter message, it said, live life. Live life. I'm sure those words were there. I want to go back and just read that, because that is exactly what this second card is saying as well too. Celebrate life. Joy in everything we do. Lessons of pleasure and simplicity, and prompts us to manifest our happiness. So this all completely ties in, okay, with what is happening. And as you know, when I do these readings, there's always these themes that come up. And so because we have Cernunnos and the moon side by side, I'm taking a little longer than this reading than I normally would, because these are three really significant cards, and these cards are tying in very much to the first animal card that I drew. So this message is going to resonate with a lot of you out there. So please make sure that you let me know in the comments below, how this is sitting with you. The moon invites us to explore things that we don't necessarily want to look at. Right? In the illumination of the full moon, sometimes our dark side is revealed, and it can feel uncomfortable. And so perhaps there's something uncomfortable about this. Maybe there's something uncomfortable about your sexual relationship. Maybe there's a need to be playful with that. Maybe otter is just what you need, right? To have that playful and joyfulness. This card here, spirals of manifestation, also would lean to you being the creatrix of the success of the relationship. Or if this is about an emergence in another aspect of your life, it's like, allow this energy to, because it's going to be so amazing. Thank you. I have a great job. I really do. I really do. Alrighty. Let me just check in with the chat, say hello to other people who have arrived. Hello, Jonathan. Apurva has the list. Okay, that's great. All right, so I'm going to roll back. I'm going to go to Leafy. I'm also going to put the, just give me 1 second. I'm going to go to YouTube as well too, so I can see what Jonathan and 1 second here. There we go. Alrighty. So I will, so we're at Leafy. Okay, thanks Apurva for the list. Okay. So Leafy's turn. So there's a couple of things here. You said, what does my spirit guide want me to know about my relationship with Jay? And so is there a past life connection with Jay? Okay. Alrighty. So Jay, let's look at, so for past life connection, sorry, I'm just thinking here what I want to kind of pull out. I think we'll just stay here. This is fine. I meant to create a banner for today, and a few weeks ago I asked this same question, and that was, would any of you like to appear on the screen with me side by side, and I would do your reading and listen to your voice, and your face would be shown to everybody. So what I would like to do is have one person on these Tuesday live readings actually appear. And a lot of people are shy and they like to be in the background and so forth. But if that is something that you would like to do, and if you would like to be on the screen with me next week, please let me know in the comments below. And I will send you a link for next Tuesday. Okay? All right. So, Leafy. I'm going to go to, actually, I'll pull you an oracle card for you as well, too. I'm going to just go with that one that was kind of hopping out. Dream a beautiful dream. Have you seen Jay in your dreams? Have you had experiences with Jay in your dreams? Because sometimes that's an indication that there's deeper connections, I feel. Like it can reveal a lot of things. Okay. So the first part was just about the relationship with Jay. Are you married? Are you planning on getting married? Are you have you had discussion about long-term relationship? Is the consideration of a long-term relationship causing one of you a lot of stress? This is the kind of thing I want to ask you, because it's you feel like you've known him before. It's just a feeling. Okay. So the dream a beautiful dream and the Nine of Swords kind of contradict each other. We have the High Priest, which connects very much to the other world and the wheel. I want to draw something else for you, the Prince of Pentacles. Okay. So the wheel would indicate, and everything is always changing, and we need to understand that change is a natural, I'm just looking for another oracle deck here. I want to draw something else for you. It just feels like presently something is shifting with the relationship. There's something potentially that you are missing from the relationship. And the reason I say that is with the Hierophant, sometimes those deeper messages are revealed through the Hierophant. Of course, it can indicate marriage. The Hierophant can literally be taken as a priest. But there's some lesson. It feels very much like he's going to be around for a long time. The Prince of Pentacles is a beautiful card to have in a relationship question, and he is moving towards the right-hand side of the reading, embracing the change. So one or both of you might be having, worry or I need to check in here. I'm not getting a clear message on the past life situation. I would do it kind of a different sort of reading. The Orphan card is not a great pattern to have in a relationship, unless, of course, you both have this pattern. The Orphan pattern is one of being left, being abandoned. I know this pattern all too well. And so there is a hesitancy, there is a tendency to Nine of Swords way of being when you carry this pattern, because there is always a fear of being left behind, of being abandoned, of not being wanted. And that is one perception. It's not about, there's always another side of the story. It might not be that you're not wanted. It's just that the circumstances at that particular time are not, you can't be together at that time, at this time. So this might be a pattern that you're both dealing with. And the reason that you're asking about past life is because what I'm picking up is that you probably both carry this pattern. And so that if you can nourish each other's fear of abandonment, and you can do little things in your day to comfort each other, it could be a really healing relationship. And that shift that's indicated by the wheel could be the realization of this. Like, we're here to nourish each other. And I love that we have the Hierophant and the Prince of Pentacles. It feels like a solid relationship that you are moving forward with, and you will be able to embrace the changes. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, Joseph's here too. Thanks for the super chat, Joseph. All right, so I'm just going to see if there's anything else that Leafy said. I'm working with him in a self-empowerment workshop. Oh, that's beautiful. So you might want to talk with him about the orphan pattern, because that might very well be something that's important to you. Okay, so that's possible. That's possible with the Hierophant coming up. That was the first card. So yeah. We do tend to travel in circles, right? So we don't tend to stray too far from people we've been with in relationships. So thank you, Leafy. Okay. So looking at Apurva's list here. Thank you, Apurva. All right, so we're going to go to Anna Torres. All right, so Saulo's here. Good morning, Saulo, Adriana. Hello to everyone that I haven't said hello to. Welcome, warm welcome to everybody. Okay, Anna, what does spirituality have to say about my connection with my ex, Pedro? We haven't communicated in 5 months, but I still feel his energy. Okay. Did anybody write down the name of this deck? It's so funny. I can't remember the name. I don't know what it is. Sacred Creators. No, that's not the name. That's the name of Chris Ann's deck. Okay. So what does Spirit say about Anna and her ex's relationship? Not communicating for 5 months, still feeling that energy. Okay. Everybody come back to the otter message. Really important. I get that. I understand what you're feeling. I do. Yeah. Whew. What did I say in the last reading? That was for you. There was something I said. You do not fully know why you're not together, and that's not important. You weren't abandoned. There were other reasons why, and I don't know if this is significant, but a bunch of trees just fell over outside. So they're clearing property. Just at this second, it was like the, don't know if that means anything to anybody. So beyond your awareness, there's a reason why you can't be together at this time. And I can also pull an archetype card for your relationship. These are really big readings today. So I've got Ace of Swords, Justice, and the Hermit. There may be. So what I'm seeing is here, so if the Hermit is the third card, there's a reason that you're on your own. There's some karmic pattern that's playing out. And when you two broke up, one of you may have received a message that triggered something that led to this period where you are alone. Does that make any sense to you? This may very well be just a period that you need to be apart. But there's a reason right now why you need to be apart. I would not hesitate in, just with that Ace of Swords sitting there, maybe a handwritten letter, snail mail, you know, the old-fashioned way, because that also then carries your energy, right, through your hand, from your heart, through your hand, through your fingers, into the pen and into the ink. So yeah, so there's definitely some karmic patterns at play here. And this needed to clear. So the Star card was the fourth card. So something about this relationship needed to clear. There was a cleansing that happened. And I feel like the karmic pattern was released, perhaps, by him moving away. Yeah, it may not be forever. It may not be forever. The offering, and you can also offer the relationship to Spirit, to God, to the universe. And because if you are trying to, if any part of your ego wants to kind of control this and feels like it's in charge of this, the best way to respond is to offer it. Okay, there's nothing I can do, so I give it to you and allow this relationship to be in its highest form, whatever it needs to be. So I hope that provides some insight. Thanks, Anna. Okay, I saw Essence was here too, and then I saw I Gotta Go. Thanks for being here. Alrighty. TR is here, Phoebe's here. Okay. So I'm going to go to RD Intuitive Tarot. Okay. Who is my second future husband? Like personality or nature? Okay. So in relationship, oh my goodness. Do you guys ever do this? Do you ever actually sit down and actually clean your cards? They're so dirty. I need to really, I'm going to put this deck over here for that job. I'm going to go up here to Lily White. Relationship. So like future relationship. The energy. So if we think of the 16 court cards, the 16 potential human energies that lie within the tarot, which of those energies would best serve RD in her next relationship, so that she can continue to grow and move in the highest. And, you know, my intention when I reword your questions is to help you, not just RD, but everyone out there, to understand how the tarot works. The tarot doesn't like yes or no questions. The tarot is this medium for really big messages, actually. So yeah. Okay. So we have the Temperance card in this deck as well, too, coming up. Two of Swords, Three of Wands, and King of Pentacles. I'm just wondering why the Two of Swords is sitting between Temperance and the Three of Wands. And I'm looking at the water in the Two of Swords and the fire, the water and the fire and this. So what it feels like is that the relationship that would best serve is one that doesn't go to extremities. So a relationship that is more conscious of lifestyle, a relationship that is way more grounded. So that might not be, another tree just going over now, that might be less exciting, but there's going to be a lot more security, and there's going to be a lot more comfort and support. And so with this kind of energy, I would really, because we have the Temperance card and I'm seeing this water and this fire, in order to manifest, the secret of manifesting is to radiate that. So what would best serve you at this time is to radiate the balanced energy. So that might mean shifting what you wear. It might mean shifting the places that you go to, or the way that you take care of yourself, so that what comes towards you. Does that make sense? Okay. Thanks for the super chat, Leafy. RD says right. Okay, so does that make sense? I'll show you the cards. It's such a gorgeous deck. But you see what I'm seeing? Instead of actually looking at like the Two of Swords and the Three of Wands, I'm looking very much at the elements that are pictured in the artwork. Okay. And then this lovely, gorgeous King of Pentacles. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody has commented in the chat about appearing on the screen. That'd be fun. Wouldn't it be fun? And then we could actually talk and I could hear your voice. So yeah, I know a lot of people are very shy about this kind of stuff. So it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it would be fun. Alrighty, so now where are we at? Okay. Apurva, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you. Just keeping that list right there updated. Okay. Oh, you guys are talking about trimming decks too. Okay, so we are at Saulo, it looks like. Okay. Also, here's another thing. I don't know where a lot of you live. I don't know where a lot of you are from. And that's really interesting. I know just by the names, a lot of you are from different countries around the world, but it's great to know where you're from. And also, please know that if you have told me something in a previous reading or a previous time in a chat and I don't remember, I'm really sorry. It's hard for me to remember everybody's details. Sometimes I write things down and I do my best. Like I have been making notes, checking in with previous readings and stuff, and I didn't do it for last week. That helps for my retention, but I don't always remember. So thanks for if you need to repeat something, remind me, Sadhana, I've already told you, da-da-da-da-da. That's totally cool. So thanks. Okay. Walter G. Does Walter G have feelings? So that owl I talked about this morning, the energy was like all here. Oh, there's a hummingbird on my sunflowers. Oh no, I'm going a lot higher for you, like up here in the throat. Have you told him how you feel? Have you shared with him how you feel? I think it's important for you to get some of this out. I'm feeling very blocked energy here, and it's not great to have blocked energy there. 9 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Sun. Yes. The answer is yes. Really beautiful energy. So I would feel confident in letting him know how you feel, if you're worried how he feels, because this is absolutely, absolutely gorgeous energy. Okay. All right. I am doing a professional course called Company Secretary Course. Will I achieve high position and abundance in this profession? I'm working hard at it. Okay. So where should we go, tarot? I meant to shift up my decks a bit more for today. Okay, let's shuffle Pagan. I'm not sure this is the deck I want to use. I'm not, yeah, this feels like a real 3-dimensional kind of question. And I don't really have any 3-dimensional kind of decks on the table right now. They're all in my basket. Yeah, this little bit of a problem here, sorry. So for those of you that work with the tarot, decks have this amazing ability to connect with certain questions in particular ways. Does that make sense? Like some of you totally get this, I know you do. But some decks just feel like they're better suited to different questions. Okay, so Gaurav, this is about your course and the energy around this course. Well, that's a good card to follow. That's the Two of Pentacles. So beautiful. This deck was gifted to me. It was sent to me by oh, yes. Yes. It feels, this is a big yes. Might not necessarily be easy. Wow, this is like, it's like a beautiful, in every journey, there's stuff that's going to come up, but to have these particular set of cards. So the Two of Pentacles is the one that fell out, drew the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So yours was kind of a yes/no question. So this is definitely a yes. There's a lot of real positive cards here. And make sure that as you're going through the process of this course, that you embrace this Ace of Swords energy. And what that means is that you explore the opportunities that are presented. Like you ask questions. You don't necessarily, I want to relate this Ace of Swords to this Five of Swords. So even though it's a course and there is a curriculum and there's certain things that you have to do to keep a level of curiosity and to not be afraid to challenge and to ask questions and to, if there's options, to be playful and creative with your options. You know, there's like, enjoy the process. This isn't just about the destination. The destination looks beautiful, but there's something about the process. So enjoy that part of the journey as well too. Alrighty. Yeah, to have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups show up there, it feels like you're definitely on the right path. Alrighty. Adriana. Bettina says that she loves to listen, even if I don't have a question right now. Thank you, Bettina. This one, I edged it in blue. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I'm way back in the chat. I'm looking for Adriana's question. Thanks, Adriana. Okay, you guys are talking. You're probably not even asking me. You're asking each other. Alrighty. There we go. There's Adriana. I'm wondering how I can move past my family trauma. It keeps me feeling stuck and overwhelmed. Okay. Well, let's just talk about letting go, first of all. Let's talk about the medicine of the trauma. And yeah. So this is a really big question. This is not something that I feel comfortable answering in like a 2-minute reading. So in every trauma, so one of the ways to look at trauma is that this is an old pattern. It can be what my teachers, the enlightened beings who I have worked with share that we have family karma, we have our own samskaras, and we also have karma with the land where we live. This is why sometimes we move and we change countries. There's karma with the land. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because sometimes those karmas also interact with each other. And I believe that trauma sometimes can look like this. And sometimes it can look like, yeah, well, sometimes it can be extremely painful, and sometimes it can be an awakening. The best teachers that I have had encourage me, to stay in the pain, to stay with that experience, and if that might mean taking 10 minutes every day, and you go into the darkness, you close the curtains or you close your eyes. And for me, it's easier to lie down. I feel a lot more when I lie down, like I don't fall asleep. Sometimes I go into more of a supported Shavasana position. Sometimes I like to go in fish. Fish is where you place, I like to place a yoga block between my shoulder blades, and then a smaller one underneath my head. And so my heart space is open, completely relaxing the lower body. And just feel. And you can just keep, and I feel something coming up here. So this has to do with you and your experience. And there may be part of your experience that you haven't, your release might be through the voice, because I'm feeling it here. That might be through a song. It might be through a book of poetry. It might be through becoming like a keynote speaker, doing a TED talk. Your release and your letting go, I feel like it's going to be through the voice. And I will pull a couple cards for you, but I'm going to pull an archetype card. See if we can kind of get a feeling for the pattern that you're working with. Whoa, okay. I'm just staring at it. It's called The Dead End. The Dead End. So what I'm picking up here is that you need to go back and re-examine the trauma from a level of your feelings. I'm just going to check in with your questions. Look at this. This is exactly how you're feeling, right? So perhaps, does it make sense what I've been saying? And I want to pull a couple of cards just to kind of get into the heart of this. And I hope for those of you that are going through the same thing, you're kind of understanding what I'm saying. Because whether it was a death or a suicide or a car accident or a divorce or a house fire, whatever it was, there's a reason that something had to come to an end. There's also a lesson in your experience of loss and how you respond to loss. Because energetically, that loss was necessary for you to move on, no matter how hard that sounds. And so I'm kind of looking at your way through this. Okay. So we have Dancer Prince. That feels like the poetry. So like the song. And we have Maker 8 and the Maker. So I'm going to go back and stick with what I said. I think you need to make. I think this is the manifestation. This is the physical manifestation of what I was saying. Maybe it's a mini book, but use your voice. Okay. I need to trust what I was feeling first of all. So there's a sense of magic here as well too in these cards. And I love the keyword for the Maker 8, which is emergence. I'll show you this one here. In the standing stone circle. So I hope that is of some comfort to you and gives you some way to move on. All right. Thank you. Thank you all of you for your questions and your openness and ability to share today. Okay, I'm just going to look at the list and my time. I do have an appointment at in half an hour. So I'm just going to let you know where I'm at and what I'm going to do. So we've got Marie, Nanseba, Antonella, and IT Guy. Okay. I'm going to kind of speed this up and see if I can get to a few of these. Oh, well. Okay, you want to be rung? Let's ring you. Marie, what aspect of my life should I be focusing on right now? What aspect? Okay. Marie. I'm going to turn that Tower card over. Marie. Restore and replenish. I'm going to say, gosh, it feels very much like what I was saying in the previous reading is also kind of flowing over here for you. Like this is perhaps there's a need for inner reflection. Maybe this is the time for you to write as well too. Listening to your higher self. I wonder if you could, if you have a mentor or if you have anybody that you could be working with at this time, working with your intuition. I'm also kind of thinking like, I don't know if you have a counselor or you are a counselor or you are a psychologist. This might be a time to take a break and look at your own mirror, because the oracle card that I turned over was restore and replenish, and I'm looking at this Dancer 4 card here, and it feels like your focus right now is about that inner journey, that inward journey. And I see the Ace of Air, the dreamer, in this particular deck. It's about that. It's about turning in. So this is not a time to focus externally, right? It's not a time to move to a new job or something like that. It's a time of regrouping for your self-care, for your could be, you know, for your, as an extension for your family and so forth. But yeah, so I would take this as this is a period of time where slowing down would be in your highest. Okay. So I'm going to, I know there was a super chat from Joseph, and I'm going to go to that. And then I think that will be the last reading for today. And then I'm just going to kind of summarize what's been going on. So let me just see where we were at here. So yeah, so I am skipping over Nanseba and Antonella, and so I'll come back to you next week if you're here. And like I said, if, oh my goodness, can I turn the camera? Oh my goodness, can you see? Hold on. I don't know if you can see, there's 3, oh no, they're gone. They're gone. Sorry, 3 deer just walked by. So beautiful. All in like size, like big deer, and then the middle one, and then the baby. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can find IT guy's question. Or maybe he didn't have a question. It's a business question. Okay. Business and where to focus your efforts. Okay. Business and where to focus your efforts. Before I answer Joseph's question, I just want to I want to let you know what's going on my channel and so forth. And I have, so I'm working on my website. I don't know whether it was in my naivety that I thought at some point, 6 months, 8 months, things would kind of go back to the way they were at some point, and I would be able to carry on with my teaching in public places. But yesterday I had my own little tower shake up, and understand that I just need to completely rework my website. And so I'm going to be posting all of my workshops and all of my classes in a shop on my website. And so all of my yoga classes, meditation classes, tarot classes, and everything is going to be on my website in the shop. And the shop will be open over the next few days, I hope. And so however it is that you are working with me or choose to work with me in the future, there's a lot there, and there's a lot for everyone. And I will be doing a few introductory videos for many of these courses on YouTube. And tonight I'm going to talk about restorative yoga and about that series that's coming up. So I'll be on later tonight. All right, so Joseph was asking about the direction of his business, the focus of his efforts. Where would that best lie? And let's pull a fantastic being card for Joseph as well, too. This is a great little manifestation deck. Mysticism. You've got the fairy, so I'm just going to see if there's another message here. If this is not because I know the field that you're in. We are stardust. We are spirits. We are searching for meaning and connection. It is not without justification we find ourselves taken by the world of fairies, magic, and wonderment. These facets of the veil are seemingly inaccessible, yet the magic of your youth is a wisp away. These fantastics will not reappear without cajoling. They departed your consciousness for a reason, but you can encourage their affection. Sit under a tree, search for signs, gift them whimsy, seek and you shall find whatever it is you are searching for. So part of this message, Joseph, is to find nature and to get outside and to connect with the earth, and as an extension, the elemental energy. And even if we live in a urban area, oh, there's more of the deer family. Oh my God, there's more. You know why this is because they're clearing the forest over there. Oh my goodness. It breaks my heart. That's 4, 5. Oh, breaks my heart. And then they come into people's gardens and, you know, the neighbors get mad. And all right. So Joseph, focus. Where is the focus of his work? Ooh, okay. Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so progressive numbers. So not only is the 6 of Swords over here on the right, but it would indicate moving in a slightly different direction and perhaps leaving the material behind. It's really interesting. So maybe you are being encouraged oh my goodness, they're going to destroy my garden. Now they're in my yard. This feels like yeah, it feels like sorry, I'm distracted. The deer are enormous. It feels like moving in a new direction. It feels like completely shifting, completely changing it up. And maybe this is about taking a break away from the pentacles, right? Because the pentacles are associated with the material world. And I pulled that fairy card. You pulled that fairy card. The universe pulled that fairy card. So it feels like this would be an optimal time for a retreat, an optimal time to get out of the city, to get away. And that may or may not be possible for you at that time. So when you get this kind of message, how can that happen in the micro? It doesn't have to happen in the macro. It can happen in the you know, within your heart, within a small room in your house. So just kind of give that some food for thought. And both the 4 and 5 of Pentacles would indicate to me that there has been a sense of that the material is what's most important at this time. And you in your heart know that that is something that you could definitely move forth from. I just got the High Priestess, Joseph. So I don't know, like maybe you want to go back to school and go into I was going to say a school of theology. I'm half joking, tongue in cheek. But there's a reason. There's the fairies here. The High Priestess is here. And the tarot is moving away from the pentacles. So just kind of wrap your mind around all of this and see how this feels for you over the next little bit. And then check in with me in a couple of weeks, okay? All right. So thank you to everybody who was here today. Just going to see what's going on everywhere. You're welcome, Joseph. Okay. So yeah, and sorry for those of you that I skipped over, but I do need to move on and carry on with my day and other appointments. So I look forward to chatting with you next week. And if anyone is brave enough to join me on screen, all you need to do is either send me an email, info@integrativehealingwithsadhana.com. Actually, you're going to have to do that anyway, because if you want to do it, I have to send you a link, an email link, or you can comment below, and then I'll just I'll choose somebody. So yeah, so I look forward to seeing you over the next few days. I'm hoping to be on a lot, letting you know what's going on with my courses and so forth. So stay well, and many blessings to everyone. Namaste.